Hi fantasy managers, welcome to FPL Team Talks. There's not many weeks left now until we break up for the World Cup. Game week 15, I put a wildcard side together, a bit of fun. A few people have asked once, so here it is. If you enjoy these sorts of videos, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And in the meantime, let's take a look. First up then in goal, let's get straight into it. We have Robert Sanchez, the Spanish goalkeeper. Two great fixtures for Brighton. And I don't mind doubling up on their defence. They've been really tight this season. They've been really impressive under new management, but not a lot seems to have changed. Lots of attacking potential as well. Not that we're interested in that with Sanchez. 4.6, good price. Like I said, two great fixtures. He's in goal. If you need to, the cheapest next playing goalkeeper at the moment, we've got Ward. Leicester have looked a little bit better, but hopefully Sanchez, I think with those two fixtures, just looks fine for the medium term. You don't need to worry about bringing Ward in. But he is there as a safety net. And as you'll see, we do have enough money to play with, so it's not too much of an option worrying about spending that little bit of extra on a goalkeeper. Defensively, again, good fixture coming up against Southampton away, not scoring many goals. Trippier looks brilliant going forward as well. Even the likes of Trent he's up there with, but you just couple that with the fact that he's a fraction of the cost and he has those clean sheets to go alongside it. Trippier making lots of returns. Chelsea at home will be a trickier game, but again, I'm prepared to back Trippier. He's been brilliant, 5.9, going up in price all the time. He looks brilliant, as do Newcastle at the moment. Alongside him, we've got Gueye. He's a player I've got on my side. And again, Palace's fixtures just look really nice. West Ham away, tricky. Don't mind him benching him for that one. Then Forest away, a game you definitely want to play him in. Doesn't have a lot of attacking potential. Maybe from set pieces and corners like that, he might grab you something. But otherwise, he's absolutely nailed in that Palace side. And especially at home, they've been decent. But away from home, away at Forest, you'd fancy something from a clean sheet there for Palace. Then you go Estepinian. I don't mind 4.5, leave him on the bench, but he picked up an assist in the last game against Chelsea, where Brighton was so impressive. Gets forward, his XGI is pretty decent, 0.30. Don't mind benching him, don't mind taking a risk at 4.5 if he doesn't play. I think he should play most games, and they're really, really good fixtures as well. So Estepinian, yeah, I think he's a real good differential. Brighton with those fixtures, decent defence. I quite like him. Next one, I think you just have to have a Man City player in this defender, and I don't think you can look much further than Cancelo. He's absolutely nailed. You're prepared to pay the money, you get a Man City defender, the best defence in the league. And Dalot, two green fixtures for Manchester United. Dalot offers a little bit of attacking potential. I think he's been a bit unlucky this season so far to only picked up an assist. But Man United's defence much improved. They are decent fixtures. I'm not so sure about the fact they're both away. Seems like a tall order for Man United to pick up two clean sheets, but maybe there's one in there with Villa and Fulham. We'll have to wait and see. But again, 4.8, I don't mind benching him and bringing on other players. In midfield, I've got him and I'm prepared with the fixtures to persist in him. He's nailed on pens. I would go Wilfried Zaha, 7.5. There are other options we'll look at the end. Decent XGI, not returned in the last two. I still like him. I still think he's just, like I said, he's talismanic for Palace. On pens, nailed. Just passes the eye test every time I see him. Most stuff comes through him. Do like him. 7.5. I think he's worth a punt in this side. Then you've got De Bruyne. I think absolutely nailed in the Man City defence. You have the money. I think he's the one to go to. Before I would have said Foden possibly to save you money, then go elsewhere. But I think with 12.5, I think it's worth paying the extra money to make sure you've got that Man City midfielder in there, especially with those two fixtures coming up. And again, look at that XGI right up there with the very best of them. He's definitely got to be one to bring in. And you need three Man City players with that fixture list coming up. Elmron, wow, what a season he's had. Again, decent fixture. Just think 5.6, he's an enabler, scoring goals. He just fits everything. Midfielder, just been brilliant. And he only deals in goals as well. So that's another really good thing about him. Trossard's been brilliant. And that's your third Brighton player. I wouldn't have thought at this stage of the season, as good as Brighton been in the past couple of years, that you'd be bringing in, trebling up on Brighton, or even looking to treble up on Newcastle as well. But Trossard, 6.9, he's been brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And those fixtures look a lot easier than the ones he's already scored in. The bonus is if he continues to play up front as well. He's a midfielder scoring, 5 points for every goal. He looks brilliant value. He's got to come in for me. And then finally, Gordon, again, quite a cheap option, but Everton not scoring a lot of goals, maybe with Calvert-Lewin. Gordon's output will increase. Decent fixtures again. I don't mind taking a punt. If you don't want to, you can leave him on the bench. He's an enabler that will definitely play. Up front, again, there's your third, Newcastle, just on fire, looking out for that World Cup space. Decent price, good fixtures. What's not to like? Callum Wilson, the pick of those players in that price bracket at the moment. Your third Newcastle player coming in. Solanke 5.7, I think for the money, you could go elsewhere. Half decent fixtures. I don't mind Solanke, 5.7. I will go with Solanke. And then finally, I don't think you can look any further. It has to be Erling Haaland. Even with the doubt about him playing, if he doesn't make it, possibly shift across to Kane, but his fixtures don't look perhaps as appealing. But we'll look at other options. But otherwise, even if he doesn't make this week, I want him for the Brentford fixture. So do you burn a transfer next week doing it? Or do you just bring him in now? I think you have the cash. For me, I'll take the risk and have him now. And he's just a great captaincy option as well. So those are your 15 players. Let's have a look at the different options that you have available. So your wildcard value comes up at just under 100 million. You may have some value in these players already. Different options, and you could drop the likes of Solanke if you want. Go for Kiefer Moore. A little bit more of a differential option. Does save you some money as well. Could he be now? Could be the next thing in that Bournemouth side. The fixtures look decent. So Kiefer Moore may be getting a run. Possibility. I'm not sure if I'm wildly keen on that option. Jared Bowen perhaps instead of Zaha. His fixtures look good, and he does have 2 home games. Looks like he could be on penalty still, even though he did miss the last one. So I have to keep an eye on that one. But that looks like a decent option if you didn't want to go to Zaha. He had more money. I don't think that's a bad choice whatsoever either. Next, we have Maddison. Again, you could try to go that. If you didn't want to go Trossard, you could possibly just go straight up to Maddison and Bowen or keep Zaha. Don't mind that. Fixtures, again, look decent for Leicester City going forward. Or Rashford. Could you go Gordon to Rashford or Trossard to Rashford? Rashford, again, it's those 2 away games that I think would probably put me off a little bit. For Man United and Rashford on form, and again, looking at that World Cup spot, so that's definitely an option. One thing I do like is instead of Guehi, you could go Kurt Zouma or even Dalot to Kurt Zouma. 2 home games for West Ham. That sounds quite appealing. So you do have quite a lot of options and flexibility because of the price with this side. That's it for this one then, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Have I missed anyone? Is there anyone you think should be in my wildcard side for game week 15? Don't forget to hit that like button. We'll be coming back at you with a team selection video. There'll be game week reviews, watch lists in the coming weeks. So make sure you subscribe. In the meantime, take care, good luck, and I shall speak to you soon.